Howdy, I'm Matt from The Last Drop of Ink, and in this video I'm going to be dispelling the myths around what barcodes are, UPCs, EANs, ISBNs, GTINs, and so on and so forth, and bring it back to a plain English format and include as many examples for you as possible. So that's enough of me, and I'm going to pass you over to me again in the flesh, and I'll give you the 101 on barcodes.
Hi, for the purpose of this article I'm going to broadly call GTINs or GTINs, which are also called global trade item numbers, as barcodes. The reason why I'm using barcodes is because you can relate them. It's much easier. For example, if you go shopping, on the back of your tin of soup, then there'll be a barcode on the back of that, and that's essentially what we're talking about, is those barcodes themselves. So the first question really is what is a barcode? And a barcode, by its correct name or acronym, is GTIN, which is a global trade item number. And in short, it's a unique identifier. And I've got a couple of sample products. For example, this Robinson's orange squash. There's only one. This is a product, and you may find other products like this squash which come in much larger containers or even smaller containers. And essentially this is just a single product, and it's got a unique identifier on the back, which in this case it's an EAN. So you can see the barcode here, and this is what it's the mechanism for displaying these numbers. But essentially it's just a sequence of numbers, and that is what a barcode is for it. So why are barcodes important? They're really, really important, especially when it comes to the likes of Amazon, because each product needs to be created, and each product needs its own unique identifier for that. And in short, they're keys. So when you're shopping for your food in Asda, Tesco, or whichever supermarket, and this item gets passed across the till and it goes beep, what actually happens is that the barcode's read, the unique identifier. It looks it up into a database, and then returns the value. So when you pay your bill, you pay the correct value, or hopefully the correct value, at the end of your purchase. Also in the background as well, this identifier, the supermarkets will use it to, for many different things. The number one is stock control. So if lots of customers buy this, then their reordering mechanism can kick in, and more of these orange squashes can be ordered. And also for reporting as well, so they can see where these items are being sold to across their chain for them. When it comes to Amazon, Amazon's just like the supermarket. Amazon needs a unique identifier so it can find the correct product. There's a couple of different variations, and again I've got a couple of examples with me. There are ISBNs, there's UPCs, there's EANs, there's a GTIN, and a GTN 14, and I'll explain what these mean. Okay, ISBNs is an acronym for International Standard Book Number, and on my desk I have got a couple of books. So I'll just put this up to the camera. I hope it's in focus, and you can see there's an ISBN number again. There's the barcode, and that's just a visual representation of these numbers. Okay, and it's these numbers which are called a ISBN. And again, I've just got another book on there. You can see the same similar format, and again, ISBNs are normally denoted by ISBN in the front of them, and the hyphens in them are just for the readers themselves. Okay, there's another book, Experience Economy. I'll do some book reviews later. But again, ISBN, barcode, and the barcode is just a representation of the numbers themselves. Okay, the orange squash you've already seen. Again, toothpaste. You'll see there's a barcode on here. Okay, and again, from when you're putting this item through the till, so it scans and the correct value goes back, and other reporting functions too. EANs are really, really common, and the standard EANs are the European. Sorry, let me get this correct. European article number. Okay, and you'll come across, if you're in the United Kingdom, you'll come across EANs very, very frequently, and DVDs and media are the popular items for these. Okay, and you'll see on the bottom corner got a barcode, and that's an EAN, which is a 13-digit code. Again, I've just been around the house, picked some random items up, some kiddie toys from Play-Doh. There's an EAN on the bottom as well. Okay, and some beads which I found too. Some are on here as well. Another EAN as well. It essentially means that if I want to sell this Play-Doh on Amazon, and it doesn't already exist, then I need to use this barcode to create the record on Amazon. Okay, I did mention there's some other ones as well. There's UPCs, which is a Universal Product Code. Now, in the United Kingdom, you won't come across those very often. If you're in the United States, then UPC is your standard. For Europe, it's the EAN, European article number, and then UPC, which is Universal Product Code, is really, really common in the States. There are a couple of other ones, okay, like I mentioned. There is a GTIN, that's a Japanese article number, probably really big in Japan, I have no idea. And there's another one called GTINs, or GTIN 14, which, to be honest, I've never really come across on there, and you'll probably not come across. You'll come across EANs and ISBNs all the time, okay. There is one other special one here, and it's to do with the marketplaces which we deal with, and it's called an ASIN, which is short for Amazon Standard Identification Number. I've known it from a long time as an Amazon Stock Inventory Number, which is very, very similar. An ASIN is not a barcode as we know it. It's Amazon's version of this barcode. So when you create a product on Amazon, this barcode will reference an ASIN, and it's the ASIN which is Amazon's key. Okay. Obtaining barcodes, really, really good question. The major company to obtain barcodes from is a company called GS1. If you're in the UK, you can find them at gs1uk.org. You do have to pay for barcode ranges, and you don't actually own the actual barcodes themselves, you lease them for a period of time. And the actual cost of that is based upon your actual company turnover, not the number of EANs, for example, which you need. So if you were like a small manufacturing company and you've got a few products, then you may only be given 1,000 EANs for your own use. Whereas if you're a massive company, say a fashion company for example, and you literally get through hundreds if not hundreds of thousands of products, then your range which you're allocated would be much, much, much more bigger. Again, I'm just referencing my notes here. The latest fees for July 2011 from the GS1 site is that there's a joining fee of £107 and then an annual subscription of £117. I'm not the best person to speak on their fees. If you want some more information on them, you can visit them at www.gs1uk.org.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I know the voice quality in the actual video itself wasn't absolutely brilliant, and I do apologise, as if creating all video is a learning experience, and this video was actually created a couple of months ago. You can find out more videos like this and related topics on my website at lastdropofink.co.uk, and again, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Cheerio!